What is up everybody, Tech Check here with the question, is the Xbox 360 Slim dead? So first let's talk about how the enclosure has held up. As you may know, the enclosure is made out of glossy plastic, which is a real fingerprint magnet. It also attracts a lot of scratches. Even though I only moved my Xbox a couple of times out of its original place, it still accumulated a lot of scratches over the 3 years I've had it. Let's talk briefly about the buttons on the Xbox. At this point in time, they're working fine and not sticking at all. So turning our attention towards the back of the Xbox 360 Slim, we can see it does not have the latest ports or anything, but it is still fairly up to date, sporting an HDMI port and 3 USB 2.0 ports on the back. So working our way through, first we have where your power cable will plug in, then an S/PDIF port, which I don't think many people use these days. On the top portion we have the AV port, and on the bottom an HDMI port. So if you don't already know, AV stands for audio and video. Then we have the auxiliary port, and right below that an Ethernet port. And last but not least, we have 3 USB 2.0 ports on the back and 2 on the front of the Xbox 360 Slim. So turning our focus over to the accessories and how well they have stood up over the years. Upon my last inspection, the cables that were included for the Xbox 360 seemed to be working fine and had no visible bending issues. One thing to note is definitely not to use cheap batteries on the controller. The story is that I played on the Xbox 360 and for 6 months I had not replaced the batteries in the controller, and when I opened it up I found out that the batteries leaked and the controller did not work anymore. But that was purely my fault, nothing to do with manufacturing issues or anything. So on the software side of things, one thing I've realized is that the gaming experience and how smooth games run has decreased over the years due to next-gen consoles coming out and setting the bar high. Also, after again not playing the console for a long time, when I started playing Battlefield 3, the Xbox froze multiple times after restarts. However, in the end turned out to be fine and eventually stopped freezing. Next thing to talk about on the list is, are we still getting new releases on the Xbox 360? And I can happily answer that a lot of the games we're seeing on next gen are making their way to the Xbox 360. Overall, it is going great on new releases. However, over the years, we will see that number diminish slowly. So is the Xbox 360 dead? Post in the comments below, and also what console you're rocking right now. Also make sure you follow me on Twitter at TechCheck27 and Instagram, and drop a subscribe while you're at it. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.